Welcome. It's Wednesday night. Welcome to First Class Flights with Nick Shine. I'm your host, Nick Shine. Tonight we're going to have on a guest. We're going to interview them. You got to forgive me. My voice is still not 100% from coaching a tremendous football victory on Sunday afternoon. We walked off with an overtime victory. I'm going to try my best to get my voice alive for you fine ladies and gentlemen here tonight. And, thank you, Stream Sleeper app. Let's, due to Charles's great, tremendous call-in yesterday on Jake, let's go with this. We'll be right back. I'll be more energized. I promise.
There's been a lot of you out there asking about who he be. Well, he's about to let you know.
He's Charles.
This rapper's so hot, you'll play it on a loop. You'll never get the recipe for chicken noodle soup. Super a spider or even a bat. Got nothing on me or Bobby with his hat. Lady's gotta be a 10 if I'm gonna date her. Shout out to my homie, his name is Gator. I'm Charles.
To all you other guys trying to rap on Jake's show, got nothing on this guy and his flow.
He's Charles.
These bars be so hot, I'll get invited on Fallon. You know who won't? That hater, Alan. My comic book and movie takes are so hot and wild. Since my last verse, Johnny had another child. My YouTube is blowing up and I'm becoming a star. Like takes are fresh like the clothes on VR. I'm Charles.
Jets, Yankees, comics, hip-hop, nobody compares when it comes to him.
He's Charles.
I see everyone on Jake's show trying to prop bars. I'm the only one jumping over cars. Blowski calls the show and he's always really loud. Shout out to Nick, you know he'd be proud. I don't like Zach or his family, they're Mormon. First name Charles, last name Gorman. I'm Charles, motherfucker.
You just witnessed the debut of a proud New York Jet fan and a Jake Asman production. Brought to you by the man, the myth, the legend himself.
I'm Charles.
Good evening. Welcome to Thursday Night Throwdown. I'm your host, Nick.
When the blitz comes, there's no one to block him.
It's 10 o'clock, get ready for the showdown. 9 toes down, Nick, ready for the throwdown. We proud Jets fans, we don't play with them pronouns. Best roster in the league, we playing with the pros now. They tell us slow down, call us delusional, call us losers as usual. But this season will be beautiful. Shotgun with you know who, but run it instead. Lad Hall hit the hole hard.
That's what she said.
Ground and pound like it's 2010. The chat, we got many friends. Johnny wearing hats for super chat and watch him breathe again. Nick put the link so Bobby can call and speak again. Bonesy get the blunt, I got the weed and pens. We speaking green again. Jets news like it's CNN. A-Rod and Charles Gorman is like we seeing twins. Feeding tins, pounding on these bleeding fins. Week 14 and 18 when they needing wins. They ain't seeing them. We run the ball and play defense. This is AFC hell where the teams repent. Ladies and gents, welcome to MetLife. This is Jet Life. We bleed green, this our best life. We just nice.
Let's say what's up to everyone. Dark Soldier's here. Johnny's in the house. Bobby. Mr. Bonesy's out on the prowl. Na. Assist My Suicide is here. VR's here. Murdog and Alan. What's up, guys? So, what did we learn today, guys? What did we learn on this show? He can't be defeated. He can't be stopped.
When the blitz comes, there's no one to block him.
Trying to get loose. Trying to get fired up. Long day today. First day of school here in Woodbridge Township. So I had to deal with new responsibilities. It's been summer work like the whole time that I've been there. Then from there, I go right to football practice, implementing some new sets, some new formations. Got a couple new kids, trying to get them up to speed. And then I fly home, no dinner, set up the show, and sit down to spend the rest of my night with you tremendous people. No sarcasm. I truly mean that. You guys are tremendous. You're awesome. And you deserve a winning team. And I'm here to tell you, we are going to have an elite football team this year. I promise you. I give you my word. I've never lied to you. I've never lied to you one time that you know about. Just like a relationship. Any good relationships is all about secrets. I'm kidding. Son, if you're watching this, don't listen to your father. So tonight is an eventful night on the show. I'm going to have a guest coming on a little bit. We're going to do interview. At 10 o'clock, it gets crazy. Bobby's final surprise came in, and I wasn't able to. It came in Sunday night at like 11:45. So normally I'd be on air, but I couldn't do the show. You can hear now, I still have no voice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring Bobby on for a few minutes at 10 o'clock. We're going to play the surprise. We're going to get his reaction. Also starting at 10 o'clock is the Proud New York Jet Fan Fantasy Football Draft. So there's going to be a lot of multi, triple, quadruple tasking going on my part. You guys know that I am not good with old man interneting. So please forgive me. I will try my best an hour or two to entertain the masses and keep your asses laughing. So let's say what's up to everybody. Welcome, Stack. Always here early. My man waits for the notification that the show is going to start. Much respect to you, Stack. 3 siblings here. He's about to get dominated in a draft in a little bit. But thank you for showing up, sir. Hello, Jeffrey. Nice to see you, sir. Thank you for joining. Oh, we got an idiot who doesn't know how to shut his phone off. That's me, by the way. Love Bites. Hello. Welcome. Nice to see you. The New York Jets super fan is here. That's awesome. I'm happy that you're here, sir. I assume that you're male. If I'm wrong with that, I apologize. But I assume that you're male. Jerome is here. What's up, Jerome? 5 days and counting, right? Right? I mean, technically, we're at 4 days, 23 hours, 45 minutes right now. Mr. Business, curl my toes. Nicely done. The best intro in the whole Jetsverse. Yeah. Very good. Shout out to Charles and shout out to Blitz BK for the rap. Oh, man, I owe Blitz BK something. Shit. If Blitz, if you're watching, I apologize. I've been so goddamn busy. I know I got to get you an audio. I'm sorry if I'm holding you up. I suck. As soon as I get my voice back, either Friday or Saturday, I'll do it. Who else we got here today? Oh, Mr. Knob Deep. He is going to lose in the draft a little bit. He doesn't know it. He thinks he'll be good. Jeffrey following him up. Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Midnight is here. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. Whenever Bobby's here, you know it's going to be fun. My friend Mark Ferraro's in the house. Ray Jet 62. What's up, Ray? Life is life, Nick. All in good time. Yeah, I like that. I like that message. We have a 12th person. Boomtown. What did I learn today? I learned that Boomtown will be the 12th person in our fantasy league. He's finishing up another draft, and then he's going to join. So the league is full. New York Jets fan 4. One of my biggest supporters. Whenever I was on with Jeremy, he would pop in like, "Where's Nick?" If I wasn't there, "Where's Nick? We want Nick." I remember that, Jets fan 4. Thank you. That meant and still means a lot to me. You were a big fan early on, man, and I appreciate you still popping in. Ladies and gentlemen, bum ba da bum, the Queen Leanie has arrived. And Tom is here. Nobody made me feel worse about not having a voice on Sunday than Tom did. I felt like this man was curled up in a ball, crying in the fetal position in his bed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, we're kicking it off early tonight. SG31 Black gifting a membership. And that membership went to Ray Jet 62, who's here in the chat. Congratulations, Ray. Welcome. You follow the message on the bottom of the screen, and it will tell you what your membership gets you. And if you are on Discord, friend me, and I will add you to the group. And look at that. He's already here celebrating. I'm clicking too much like an idiot. And he's got his little shiner. Welcome to the Shiner crew. And you know what? Let's kick it off. I'm gonna give 5 right now. Done. Let's go. Who we got? Shut up, computer. We got Love Bites, and we got Modine, Shane McCary, Hughes Johnson, and my good friend Mark Riss. Welcome, welcome, welcome. With those 6 that we've added, we are now 26 away from our next emoji. But SG, thank you so much. And I want to do you guys a favor right now. I know you hear my voice is strained. I think it's time for me to shut the fuck up. How do we do that? Well, I'm going to answer that. Here on First Class Flights with Nick Shine, I have on a guest. And I interview that guest, ask them about their history as a Jet fan, how they became a Jet fan, and basically go down memory lane with them, getting us to our present day. We were unable to have a show Sunday night because of me screaming like a lunatic on the sideline. And if you're going to be in or near Carteret this Sunday at 11:30 a.m., I suggest you come to Carteret High School and watch me in action. It's a fun time. I'm going to bring in my man, just my man. Oh, I'm an idiot. He's in there. Mr. Tio, Uncle VR. Hello, good sir.
Hello, good sir. How are you doing? How is your voice?
It's not good. I'm going to ask you a lot of questions and just let you talk.
just like let me go, right?
So,
put me in alone.
That's it. When I'm calling the defense during the game, right? I either have stack, crash, double outside fire, or we're in base. And then if they want to run the same thing, I just do this. So if I ask you a question and your answer is too short, I'm going to tell you.
Keep it going.
Keep it going. When I click this one, that makes me full screen.
Right.
I added you and I didn't see you. And that's why after I said my man, I froze because I'm like, where did he go?
Where'd he go?
Which way did he go? Which way did he go? So welcome. I'm sorry about Sunday. This was so much worse on Sunday.
It's a nice, added break for the Labor Day weekend, right?
Oh, I thought you meant not hearing me.
Never that.
So, welcome.
Thank you.
You are my second interview on the channel. So I'd like to get right into it. Let's take it back to the old school. Tell us, how did little young VR, before you were a TO, before you were an uncle, how does little baby VR start to get into and become a Jet fan?
Well, I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. In the Brownsville, East New York section of New York. Football is not a big sport where I come from. A lot of projects, a lot of basketball. So, the Knicks are really, really big during the time I'm growing up. Not so much football, not so much Jets, Giants, but I started watching the games back in the day, just because they were on, and football had a lot more action than a lot of other sports. I was into baseball, I was into basketball, but football seemed to have the action that caught my eye more than any other sport. So back from when the Jets just started becoming good again, their rise of them becoming good again back in the late 70s, early 80s, when all of the team started losing that shine, that Nick shine, so to speak, from the 69 going into the 70s, and then that early 80s, they started getting good. And that was the time I started watching it, around 1979. And I was a kid, and wintertime, you're not outside, there's snow, you're indoors, you're watching TV. I grew up humble beginnings. I wasn't going to a lot of the parks, or a lot of the things that you had to pay for. So you're watching TV a lot. So I'm watching sports. I'm watching the Jets. They're starting to come together. That team that went to the Mud Bowl, that was my first real introduction into a football team that was winning during that particular period of time. So that's when I started watching the New York Jets on television. Back then, they would be on WOR Channel 5 for, I think, back in the day. And that was before they were Fox.
Fucking old you are.
It was before they were like Fox.
Before Rupert Murdoch got in there.
And they really got me excited. I mean, Richard Todd was the quarterback back then.
Yeah.
And he was a decent quarterback. He was not, the best quarterback, but he had games where he would, take the team down the field, score touchdowns. I mean, he was number 14 before Sam Darnold was number 14.
It's fitting that I was going to say that he wore 14 because my father told me that Ryan Fitzpatrick reminded him of Todd. There would be days where he looked like one of the best quarterbacks in football, and there would be days where you're throwing shit across the room because he's Richard Todd. He goes, Fitzpatrick reminded him of that so much. Real quick, shout out to John B. Love your content, Nick. Looking forward to listening throughout the season. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think I'm going to Walgreens, and I'm going to get color-coded things because I call red defense, which is my shutdown. Blue, white, and orange. I might just get fucking cardboard and have one of my junior coaches hold it up, man. It eliminates some of the yelling. So thank you, John. Appreciate it. And make sure to tune in every Sunday night, Sunday Shenanigans with VR and myself. We'll be here even through football season unless the Jets are on. And we'll have some programming notes on what we're going to do. We'll figure that out as we go. And adjust accordingly.
Absolutely. So that was me being introduced to the New York Jets from afar. Now, my father and my mom divorced when I was really young. And so my father did the weekend thing. Picked me up on the weekends, took me to Heartfelt. Yeah, absolutely. So little VR, growing up with a single mom, and he'd pick me up on the weekends, and we do the movie theater, we do, whatever the thing was to do, Coney Island.
Nice.
Now he worked for the federal government. and he would get every once they'd give him tickets, but he wasn't a sports fan. But he must have been listening to me one day talking about football, and we had the conversation. So it just so happened that he got football tickets to a Jet game. The Jets were playing Shea Stadium, so they weren't
You're
far.
fucking old, man. You're old. I'm 45, so I'm the barrier of the Meadowlands.
That time.
If you're 2-3 years older than me, you might remember Shea, but I'm just a Meadowlands guy my whole life. But go ahead. I had to teach you, old man.
Well, I happen to be 7 years older than you, so I'm 52, and so I was a kid. I was like 11, 12 years old, and it just so happened the game was the last game that the Jet of the season. No wonder he got the tickets, right? Like, it was cold. It was like the last game. It was freezing at Shea against the Steelers, which consequently happened to be the last game that Terry Bradshaw played in the NFL.
Really?
Yes. I didn't know that as a kid. I mean, I was Terry who? Like, I don't know. I don't know the Steelers. I don't know their team and stuff. I mean, I know of the Steelers. I know they were black and gold. They were the winning franchise at that time. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
they all the 70s.
Yeah. I mean, like they were. You know, it was the Cowboys and the Steelers. Did I know the players?
Like cocaine at Studio 54. That and the Steelers are the staples of the 70s.
Absolutely.
Bell bottoms, cocaine at Studio 54, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I just summed up a whole decade for you.
Yeah. I mean, I knew like Mean Joe Green because of the commercial, you know, with the kid and the Coca-Cola, and it's like, hey, kid, and he throws him the jersey and stuff. I don't know if anybody remembers that commercial. That was an awesome commercial. But I mean, like, that's what I knew about the Steelers. I mean, I wasn't.
For you younger viewers, commercials used to be things on television when we had to watch TV. Now you guys just hit the skip button. It's the thing you hit the skip button for on YouTube. Go ahead. I just want to enlighten.
It's so funny. I mean, that's so totally true. You know, if you try to show a kid what a telephone look like when we were growing up, you know, to them now, they would be like, what is this furniture that you speak of here? You know what I mean? With the round, there's no buttons on here. It's a round thing, like a rotary phone. Like I show my son a rotary phone. He's like, you used to talk through this? It's like, I might as well have been showing him a dinosaur. So nice. The Jets last game, cold. It was for me, it could have been 1,000 degrees below zero. I wanted to go. I was excited to go. I mean, I didn't have a jersey or anything. I couldn't afford a jersey, you know, or even a shirt back then, a team shirt. But, you know, I was just so excited to go. And my father, I mean, he wasn't a football fan. He wasn't a sports fan at all. He was just like, all right, you know, going to this thing is cool. But they actually were good seats. They were on the bottom level, the hundreds. And if you ever seen pictures of Shea Stadium and you've seen you know, the way that the crowds would pack in there, it was like a college game. It looked that full, like a college game, like hundreds of thousands of people, but it wasn't that. I mean, it was like maybe 54,000, 55,000 back then, but the place was packed, even a cold, blustery December.
Yeah.
And it was fun. We lost last game, obviously, you know, we lost. But then the most exciting thing happened to me ever in my life as a kid. And that was at the end of the game, people started rushing the field, started coming out of the seats, getting onto the field, and no one was doing anything about it.
No, they didn't back then.
Back then. So I'm looking at my father. I'm like looking at him like, look at them inching a little bit and a little bit away from him. The next thing you know, I make a dash. It's like, you're not my father. I'll make a dash to the field, jump over the, all of that, and run onto the field. And everybody was taking patches of grass. I don't know, back then it was sod. All of the field was sod. And here I am. I'm looking at all the other kids on the field, and we're having like mud fights, throwing, dirt at each other. That was like, this is the playground, like, playground heaven 1,000 times over, throwing grass at each other, tackling each other. It was beautiful. It was like football heaven. Like, you think of Field of Dreams and that scene where, all the players come out and the player says to him, "Is this heaven?" That's how I felt as a kid that day. And after all of that fun, after they, got us off the field and everything, I had my patch of grass. I would not let it go. I was hugging on that patch of grass all the way from the 7 train home. So, you take my way home, you take the 7
You're not
train.
the first one to leave Queens back then with a bunch of grass.
No. Trust me. But the looks that I got on the train, were like, why is this kid, clutching grass like it's his teddy bear? And that's a memory that is emblazed in my mind for eternity. If I die and I happen to go to heaven, that's one of the memories, one of my favorite memories as a human being. Not just a kid, not just a football fan, not just a Jets fan, as a human being.
I remember going there and being amazed that a baseball stadium was so goddamn close to an airport. Like, as a kid, I was like, "The fucking planes are really close, Dad." Like, are you be able to finish these French fries by the time that plane gets down? Real quick programming note: for anyone who's in the Proud MIJ Fantasy Football League, Knob, you have the first pick. I would like to start it a little earlier if we have everyone in there. So if you are there, Alan, Weed, Jay, Jets Chaos, Boomtown, Abe, and Nate, I'd like to get this thing going. Like I said, my son's got his first day of school tomorrow, and Boom is done with his draft. So if we can get that going, that would be great. If someone needs more time, I'll pause it. But everyone hop in there. So growing up in that era, all right, I know you mentioned Richard Todd, and who are some of the players that you found yourself attached to? Who were like the guys that that you wanted to be in the backyard? So for those that don't know, you youngins out there, we used to go out in the yard and play. And when we were out there and you played street ball, or you were at the park, you always declared what player you were. That was something that kids across the entire world did without having the internet and knowing what everyone else did, right?
Absolutely.
Who were your guys? Who offensively, defensively? Because, we changed up who we were when you went on defense and then when you were on offense.
Oh, yeah.
Who were your guys?
So on offense, I think anybody who played football always wanted the ball in their hand. And back then, the person who had the ball in their hand the most, doing the moves, all matriculating down the field, was none other than number 24, Freeman McNeil. Yeah. So everybody wanted to be Freeman McNeil. Everybody wanted to have the, the ball in their hand and making the flashy moves and, going down the field. So, like you said, if you announced your name on offense, you'd say McNeil is running down the sidelines and he's, that was the man. Love me some Freeman McNeil.
Let me chime in real quick. Not only did we play, we did our own play-by-play.
Absolutely.
We were a different breed back then. McNeil shakes and bakes, spins. Yeah. We did it all.
He goes down the sideline to the 20. The 10. Absolutely. And you do the crowd noise too.
Oh, that's a flashback to the past. Christian Okoye.
Christian Okoye. Oh yeah. Well, see, another player that was very popular as a running back that had the ball, wasn't on the Jets, was Earl Campbell. I don't know if you remember Earl Campbell, but he was one that he would just knock people over and just be, he was a man's man with the ball in his hand. He was built like a linebacker, but he'd knock you over like some canned ham. It's like he was the man, So Freeman McNeil. One of my favorites was Wesley Walker.
Definitely.
And Wesley Walker, for a lot of different reasons, but because of the, everything that he had to overcome, having one eye as opposed to two working eyes back then. I remember that, Jets games, they would do a story.
Oh, but yes, the draft has started.
They would do a story on a player, and they did the story on Wesley Walker. I just happened to watch it like pregame.
Yeah.
And they talked about that. And it's like, wow, he's playing in the NFL, disability at the time wasn't a big subject. Just in anything, you know what I mean? Like, maybe like Jerry's kids with cerebral palsy or whatever. Like you see that once a year, that kind of stuff. But disability itself and the talk of disability wasn't a big topic or subject back in the 80s, in the early 80s. So to have him overcome was really, really big for me. I really respected that. And I really, it was honorable. So Wesley Walker was a fan favorite and one of my favorite players on offense as well. And then somebody mentioned it in the chat, Mickey Schuler, the tight end. Oh my God, this guy, Mickey Schuler, was the prototype of what you see tight ends are now. Just a person that could catch the ball at any given time, great blocker, really multifaceted player, but just didn't have enough plays called for him, because we had wide receivers, we had the running backs, we had, the flashy quarterback at the time or whatever that could get the ball to them. Those seam routes up the middle weren't they weren't calling his number all the time. But if it was a Patrick Mahomes to Kelsey type situation with Mickey Schuler, I'm sure he'd be probably, one of those tight end, like Kellen Winslow type tight ends from back then, yesteryear. I love me some Mickey Schuler. Now, on defense, of course, the sack exchange. Everyone wanted to be Mark Gastineau. Mark Gastineau was 90, even his numbers just like they were different than everyone else's numbers. The 9-9, you know what I mean? Like it was just like bold and coming at you, almost like those nines were like headlights coming after the quarterback. You see
of a Mack truck, right?
Yeah, you see it going around the corner. It's like, oh no, here it comes. You know what I mean? So everyone wanted to be Mark Gastineau, including myself. And I mean, he was the player. You know, Joe Klecko was absolutely a great player, and you know, important piece of that. You know, maybe even the most important piece of the defensive front. But he was the hand in the dirt sometimes, like kind of the dirty. He take care of the dirty work. You know, he bull rush up the middle, that kind of thing. He was taking on the two blockers, the double teams. Gastineau got all of the, you know, like the highlights and stuff like that because he was a speed rusher. Klecko did all the dirty work and probably didn't get enough credit for it. Well, obviously he's in the Hall of Fame and Gastineau's not, maybe for other reasons, but everybody wanted to be Mark Gastineau. I mean, he was a rock star. I mean, like you talked about Studio 54, he was there, you know. He got the girl, you know,
Probably doing what else
Bridget Nielsen, and you know, he was acting, he was doing all that stuff, you know. So he was the sunglasses, the hair, the mullet. Yeah, he was the man. So everybody wanted to be him.
Excuse me, real quick. Boomtown, you are on the clock. I paused it with 10 seconds left. Let me know when you're ready, bro. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. So when did you realize that you were like locked in? Was it the Shea Stadium on the field that you knew you were like, this is it? I'm with this team. I'm gonna ride and die with these guys. This is my squad.
That event in person cemented it. I think like the run, you know, the strike shortened season, run to the Mud Bowl. What was that? 81. You know, that made me a fan, but the trip to Shea Stadium cemented me loving this team forever. You know, even wanting to even now, the nostalgia of the Jets and this particular logo and putting this on my arm, it really emanates from that visit to Shea Stadium, to watching the Jets and running on the field, and making it feel like a real home team. Like this is my team. This is, you know, they're here for me. They're playing for us. They're playing for me, for these kids to have a good time and run on the field. And yeah, absolutely. That event was the one that cemented it for me.
Awesome. So as we move into the 90s, you know, the dark ages hit. Right? It was bad. It was bad. Like, you know, we can't deny it. I like to skip that era, right? Like that Johnny Johnson, Johnny Mitchell, Rob Moore era, Boomer.
Boomer Esiason, Neil Donald.
Yeah. I like to just skip from like Altoon, Walker, Freeman McNeil, Kenny O, and go directly to the Bill Parcells era.
Bill Parcells.
Tell me your thoughts about that. Tell me your thoughts about Parcells coming to the Jets, the turning of the tide, the franchise turning around, and your thoughts on that little era.
So, you know, Bill Parcells was known in this town as a winner with the Giants. He took them to the promised land, you know, on many occasions in the 86 and then 90. And he went to the Patriots. And when he went to the Patriots, he took a team that was pretty much the doormats of our league. I mean, they weren't very good for a long time. The Steve Grogan years and the, you know, Tony Eason years and things of that nature. And he took that team and he turned them around to becoming a winner. So he had this reputation of being a hard coach, but also putting together a plan, having a vision, and having a timeline, and was successful in two different, situations. So when the whole thing happened with him coming to the Jets, the thought was right away as a fan was, okay, we have the opportunity to get this done right this time. Very similar to now, very similar
It
to
was
this.
very aggressive to bring him in.
Yes. And it was Leon Hess. It was, kind of like Leon Hess is not getting any younger. So I think he's pretty desperate to see a championship before, he goes to the upper room, basically. And so I think, he was trying to do what we all wanted to see, because Leon Hess and the Hess family, they were fans. They really, really loved this team. They were, probably one of the best ownership groups that I remember in the history of this franchise, in regards to really caring about the team and caring about the fans and stuff like that. So bringing Parcells in, Parcells bringing his team in, bringing Bill Belichick in, bringing, all his coaches.
Are you talking about Bill Belichick of InstaFace fame?
And yes, Facebook, Facegram, all of that.
He just joined Instagram today. Bill Belichick's finally on Instagram after all these years. Abe Latour, if you're watching, we started the draft. Get in the draft. You're on the clock. It's paused for you. Go ahead.
So he brought his team in. He brought his Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah. He brought his team in. He brought his people in. He came with a plan. He didn't come in to say like, hey, I'm going to come in here and just based off my reputation, go behind the scenes and start the work and start to do the job. No, Bill Parcells came here with a plan. He came in that press conference and said like, all right, this is the plan. You remember what I said about, if I'm going to cook the dinner, at least I can buy the groceries. Well, guess what? The owner has ensured me that I'm going to be doing the shopping tonight. All right. For the New York Jets. And that's the message Bill Parcells came in. Now, as a Jets fan, you're sitting here on the side. You've had these losing seasons, in the early 90s for quite some time. You're hearing this and you're saying to yourself, this is, like your mouth to God's ear. This is amazing. This is wonderful. This is, how a legitimate franchise gets run. And so Bill Parcells, he gave us hope. As a Jets fan, he gave us hope. He gave us this, this recipe.
Next to Bill Walsh, that's as big as it got, right? Like next to Bill Walsh in that era, that's as big as it could get.
There's not too many coaches, this side of Bobby Knight and, Don Shula's and the Tom Landry's and, the Mike Krzyzewski's. Those are coaches over a period of time that are legendary. So he's bringing this winning attitude, this winning pedigree to our New York Jets. Face it. If you want to admit it or not, the Jets have been, the butt of jokes, even in our own city. We've been the butt of jokes. You know,
in our
we've been
own
the
houses,
own lovable losers. That
our
we
own
play
dinner
at
tables, our own
we play at
holidays, our
Giant
own Christmas.
Stadium. Yeah, I mean, the lovable losers. The other team, the redheaded stepchild. Or the green-headed stepchild, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I mean, we've been ridiculed, and to get that legitimacy through one man was probably in this franchise's history the most hopeful time that we felt as fans until now.
Yeah.
Until now.
Who were in that era? Who were some of your guys? And I consider that era the Curtis, Kevin Mawai era.
Yeah.
Their era. Who were your guys in that era?
Curtis Martin obviously, took over where Freeman McNeil was my running back, was my Jets running back for that period of time. Taking over those reins and in that legendary status was Curtis Martin. And the way we got him was like a story. I think they did, like, it was a big part of the 30 for 30 with the two Bills where we lost draft picks and all this kind of stuff or whatever because Bill Parcells is like, hey, you know what? Come on over to my team. We'll love you.
And we would have never gotten Curtis Martin. Parcells knew the language in Curtis's contract, and he knew that he could get him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think it was 6 years, 36 million, which at the time was big time money.
Absolutely. For a running back.
Didn't get that type of money back then.
Yeah. And, looking back on the draft picks we lost and all that kind of stuff, I had to tell you, man, it was so worth it. I mean, those could have been like 3 first-round picks in succession each year, and it still would have been worth it for Curtis Martin and what he gave us, the blood, the sweat, the tears that he gave us,
Yeah, he was, him and Mawai, like, they were the face of that team in that offense, and they were the identity. There was nothing better than watching a toss to Curtis with Mawai pulling as the center. That to me was just poetry in motion.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you have Jumbo Elliott, who was one of those players that kind of came over after and towards the tail end of his career, but famous for a lot of different things and just being the big man on campus.
Any truth to this rumor? Can you confirm or deny?
Blair Thomas of Penn State fanfare. When do we pick him? Like second in the draft?
Think so.
I believe so. Oh my goodness. Has to be one of the biggest busts, not only in Jets history, but just kind of in the history of drafting.
So they don't draft a running back that high ever.
Yeah, I mean,
was that the Jeff George draft? Did it go Jeff George, Blair Thomas?
I don't remember, but Jeff George was a character. I know he was funny as hell.
I forget who was picked first. Somebody fact check me on that. Was Blair Thomas and Jeff George the same draft? But
Indianapolis drafted Jeff George, and I want to say he didn't want to play for him, so there was a big deal. He thought he was John Elway. It's like you're not John Elway, Jeff George.
Nice.
That was too funny. Those teams were just, and then Vinny T, obviously. I don't know, Vinny T, obviously Long Island, kid. But I remember Vinny T from the Miami Hurricanes. It's been well documented that I'm a Miami Hurricanes fan. Go you. We're starting off really, really well. And Vinny T was a winner, man. He took us to championships. He won championships with the Hurricanes, right?
Yeah.
So he went. I want to say he was a number one. He was number one in his draft.
Vinny was, yeah.
Yes. And he went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I don't know if you remember how bad the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were back then. Those were the Errol Flynn creamsicle uniform with Errol Flynn on the side of the white helmet. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. These were the Leroy Selman Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If you remember, yeah,
you're vaguely, but you're bringing out some crazy names.
Yeah, they were horrible. They were the 0-14 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think they went 0-14 that season before they drafted Vinny Testaverde.
There we go.
And Vinny was Zach Wilson before Zach Wilson for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They had no good players, no good team. Threw him in there to start. The offensive line was, Swiss cheese. He got sacked a lot. He threw a lot of interceptions. His career was basically dead in 2 years. Very, very similar to Zach Wilson.
That's fair. That's
yeah,
fair.
it was just there was no coddling. There was no. If you remember, back then, there was no rookie quarterback scale. There was no rookie scale.
No.
Quarterbacks were getting. They were getting crazy money even back then. I want to say his contract was like 7 years, $45 million, and back then that was like $120 million. It was huge. So he was labeled a bust after 2 years. I think he went to the Browns, or they traded him to the Browns to try to resurrect his career. And I want to say that the connection between Bill Belichick and Vinny happened then, when Bill became like the coach. I don't know if you remember, before they went left Cleveland and went to Baltimore to become the Ravens. There was some time, there may have been some overlap there, and that's how the Jets knew him. And of course, local kid, that kind of stuff or whatever. But he resurrected his career with us and was just a perfect situation during that time. I don't know if you remember when Rich Gannon.
Excuse me real quick. Weed, you're up. Weed the people. If you're watching, you're up. You got 15 seconds. Go ahead.
Rich Gannon with the Raiders, when he came back with the Raiders and took them to the Super Bowl. It was very similar to that. Rich Gannon was, had a career. He played for the Vikings sometime. He played for a lot of different teams. He bounced around or whatever, found the perfect situation. And for that season, he became their savior and took the Raiders to the Super Bowl. Was it very similar, scenario with Vinny Testaverde? Brought him in. He was backing up. Then injuries happen. He starts, and then he gets on a run, and he gets on a roll, and he's on the right team, and everybody loves him, and he's the local kid. And that was really great. That was a really, really great story for me. Because
tell me about go ahead.
No, because I was a Miami Hurricanes fan, and I always thought that Vinny T had the goods, that he was so uber talented, and that he just needed a chance to be mentored and sit behind somebody, and he never got his due. And now he's playing for my team, and he's doing great. And that just makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside to see him do wonderful with my team. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to watch Vinny resurrect and go from a team and go 12-2 as a starter and take us to AC championship was definitely unexpected, right? And he became, there was a cult following in him in New York, being Vinny from Elmont, you know. I've talked many times about the interview after 9/11 saying, if you want to play football this week, go ahead, but you're playing without the New York Jets. That's just an iconic sports moment, in my opinion, right? He's like, there's still smoke coming out. People are being searched for. We're not thinking about football right now. If you want to play football this week, go ahead. The New York Jets will not be there, which to me just is something bigger than sports, right? It's just one of those iconic human being moments within sports. But so when let's skip ahead a little bit.
All right.
Let's skip ahead to the Rex Ryan years. How you feeling about the Rex Ryan years? What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts as Rex comes in, takes the product that Mangini kind of built, bringing in Revis and David Harris and Mangold and Brick and bringing in all those pieces that were basically the core. And then Rex gets to come in. They draft Sanchez, and he takes over, and they start doing fantastically. How are you feeling during those years with Rex? How confident and cocky and arrogant were you, like the rest of us? Because we took on as fans the identity of the head coach, right?
Of Rex Ryan, yeah. So, Bill Parcells brought a swagger. When he walked into the room, everyone got quiet. What Rex Ryan brought to the team in terms of his identity was very a mixture of Bill Parcells and Ralph Cramden from the Honeymooners. So,
a little bit of Chris Farley too, right?
I mean, all of that, and we had a good conversation about Chris Farley, Rob Lowe, and Tommy Boy this morning. Yeah, I mean, just all mixed up into one. He was like the people's coach, like the people's elbow. He was the people's coach, and he brought that. It was something that was very identifiable, especially for kind of our age group at that time, coming in at that particular period of time for our age group, like that 12, 15 years ago, whatever age we were or whatever, we're the prime of our lives. And we're like, in the gym and we're like talking crap to each other. And, like that was Rex Ryan in a nutshell. I mean, he was blusterous, but I mean, like, he knew what he was talking about, there wasn't anything that he said that he couldn't back up, right? Fact. And he wanted to see, so his story with his father, and his father being a part of the New York Jets championship season, and him being a kid, him and his brother Rob being kids, and remembering that time and remembering the Jets as a winning franchise, not just as a fan, but actually being part of the family. He brought that back, that identity, and he brought back, we went through a couple more years after Parcells and stuff like that, where we were a little downtrodden for a period. He brought back that resolve of, we're the freaking Jets. We're the damn Jets. I mean, like, he brought back the pride of the Jets. The winning mentality that we had. Be a effing Jet. You know what I mean? If you're a Jet, you're a Jet. Like, you're not trying to be anything else here. We're talking Jets here. He brought that, and I really appreciate him for that, because he brought that bravado. He brought the pride back to, like the pride of the Yankees, the pride of the Jets, Rex
Real
Ryan.
quick. Boba Jet, 15 seconds. You're on the clock. Go ahead.
He brought the pride back to our team that we had been missing since the Parcells years. And we needed to we needed a reminder. We needed to remember that, we have pride, our green and white, our Jets. We've been a winning franchise. We were that, that franchise that, back in Super Bowl III, we stunned the world. We're like Muhammad Ali, we're upstart. We needed that attitude back, and that's what Rex Ryan brought to the team, and it just carried through the rest of the franchise. And when everyone starts to believe and starts to have hope, then the fan base has hope, and the fan base starts to believe. And I think more on attitude and emotion is what Rex Ryan meant to the New York Jets. And we would, as fans, we will forever be grateful. I don't think Rex Ryan pays for a meal anywhere in New York City in the tri-state area because of who he is and because what he brought to the team. And the murky end that he had, with Idzik and that whole debacle at the end, I still hate John Idzik to this day, because he really shortchanged that relationship that Rex Ryan had towards the end. He didn't give him a chance. He gave him a gun without
like shit, ruining any chance on the field too.
He gave him a gun with no bullets. You know what I mean? Like, and said, "Here, all right, go on the field with this." And Rex Ryan had to win with spit and glue. So always hated John Idzik for that. And I think Rex Ryan got a raw deal towards the end of his tenure with the Jets. But man, the ride was surely fun with him. And then he got defeated.
Yeah.
Agony of defeat.
Yeah. Oh.
Unintended.
There you go. For Jay Quest and the others who made feet puns, and there you go. Boomtown. That was going to be my pick. Nicely done, pal. He just stole James Conner from me in the 5th round. He was the pick right before me. Nice pick. Boom.
I drafted him as well in my draft.
So obviously we have another dark age, right? we have the current dark age that we're in the midst of. Briefly, give me your thoughts now about where you are as a Jet fan. Where's your confidence level? Where's your thoughts in terms of the organization that's been a laughing stock, that's been ridiculed more than ever now with social media for the longest playoff drought in North American sports, all of that comes with it. Where's VR? Where are you entering this year with this group?
This is the first time in a long time that I felt confident in being a Jets fan, in them actually winning games to lead us to the playoffs, and confident enough to say that I think we have a shot to win the Super Bowl. This is the first time I think that in the history of being a Jets fan, outside of Bill Parcells, who was the de facto coach and GM, this is the first time that I think I actually have more confidence in our general manager than I do our head coach, if that makes any sense.
That's fair. I think that's fair.
I think that Joe Douglas has fashioned a team from his inception of being the general manager of this team, has fashioned a team in his image through the draft, through the undrafted free agents, through trades, to make us currently what we're constructed today. And today, I don't care what anyone says, today we're a winner. On paper, we're a winner. I mean, the pundits are out there saying that we are now the AFC, the leaders in the AFC East. I think the betting odds had put us in the, winning the AFC East as well. So on paper, we're winners. In the thoughts and minds of all the, people in the Twitterverse and all the hearts and minds of kids all over the world, we are winners in their eyes because we have a legitimate Hall of Fame quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. We have a legitimate claim to being the number one defense in the NFL. We have an offensive line that retooled, rebuilt, nothing that resembles what we had last year. Everything resembling a offensive line that can take us very far with a future Hall of Fame left tackle. And we have weapons. I mean, when can you legitimately say that the New York Jets had a multitude of weapons at Aaron Rodgers' disposal? Not even Aaron Rodgers can say, all those years in Green Bay, that he had, the running backs that he has, the wide receivers that he has, like all together in one place, the tight end that he has. I think all currently constructed, that's all Joe Douglas. Now, Saleh, I've been hot and cold on Saleh. And, I think he is a leader of men. Now, how much does that translate into him being a legitimate head coach, a CEO of the team, a person that can delegate, but also take responsibility when needed to take responsibility for decisions? He can and he will on defense, but does he take the ownership and the responsibility on offense and on the offensive side when needed to? Because as a head coach, you have to do it all. That's where I think from time to time, I've seen Robert Saleh fall short. You cannot defer some of those decisions to your offensive coordinator. You cannot defer some of those decisions to your offensive line coach or running backs coach or special teams coach. You need to manage the time on the field better. You need to come together and, make a decision with the people upstairs that are watching the plays to make informed decisions to throw the challenge flags. That's where I've seen time and time again where Robert Saleh needs to step up his game on that. In order for us to win, this game is a game of inches. In order for us to win, you have to make the decisions that are going to affect this team to make us winners. And we need that consistently from our head coach.
It's fair. All fair points, right? Like, we live in a world where it's a business where you got to get results and you got to prove it. And we know everything that's happened with him, with not having a quarterback, with then getting the quarterback and 4 plays in. And, I think a lot of us, both of us included, have said it's almost kind of a miracle that they won 14 games total the last 2 years. Like, how many years back to back have the Jets won 14 games total? So, I mean, it's not making excuses, but sometimes you got to dig a little deeper under the surface to find the reasons why things happen. And I personally think he's the perfect guy to run this team. And I hope he just. It helps when you have Aaron Rodgers out there too that you're talking to during a timeout, right?
Oh, definitely.
You know, Rodgers could say, Rodgers is a gamesman too. He could say, "Hey, don't waste it here. I need the timeouts later if we got to make a drive." Or go ahead, take this. I'll make it work. We're gonna have a field general who can also be a sideline general in a sense, with all his history and knowledge of the game. So, all that being said about this team, give me the record.
I've been saying this. I've been pretty consistent on past shows with us and other shows that in regards to the New York Jets and what they're capable of doing. It's a long season, and in long seasons, things happen. Anything can happen. Even just a bad game. You overlook some teams on the schedule sometimes. You have scheduling conflicts that you're in England, the UK one game, and then you have to hustle back to the States and then play a game. There's a lot of things in a schedule from game to game that you really have to take into consideration. Based on that, and based on the room for error, I have the Jets going 12-5 this season. I have them winning the AFC East, and with two other teams in the AFC East also making the playoffs. The Bills and the Dolphins right behind them. And I think the AFC East is the division this year. Last year I think it was the AFC North, all the teams were very competitive. I think this year the AFC East is that competitive division, and the Jets win in a very competitive division. And we go far. We go to the Super Bowl. We go to the Super Bowl. Do we win the Super Bowl? It's when you make it to the Super Bowl, it's so hard to say, "Oh, we're going to win the Super Bowl. We're going to win the championship." Put it out there. It's really hard because you get to that game and you're a team that hasn't made it this far in so long. You haven't made it to the Super Bowl. You have players, you have coaches, haven't made it to the Super Bowl. The one thing that I will say, the Jets make it to the Super Bowl, we have Aaron Rodgers to calm us down. We have Aaron Rodgers with that experience, with the Super Bowl pedigree, that can just be the calming force for our team. And that's going to be very, very helpful because we have a novice head coach, right? We have, a head coach that hasn't been to the Super Bowl. He's may have been to a Super Bowl as a defensive coach, as a linebackers coach, but he hasn't been as a head coach. And as I mentioned earlier, a head coach is the CEO of the team. They're the one that make all the decisions, all the planning that goes into the Super Bowl. There's 2 weeks of time between winning the AFC Championship and making it to the Super Bowl and all the planning, and then, Super Bowl week and the distractions and all that kind of stuff. So handling all that stuff, that is part of the equation for making it to the Super Bowl for the Jets. And this is where Aaron Rodgers as a calming force, Aaron Rodgers is a force multiplier, but he is also a calming force for our team. He is going to be eyes on you, like Tupac, eyes on you, all eyes on me. That's what Aaron Rodgers brings to the team. And if it was any other quarterback, if it was, a lot of people back in the day were like, when we were bereft of a quarterback and we were, out there, all these different names out there that were thrown out there. Oh, this person can come to the team. Oh, they brought in Derek Carr and, gave him a Italian dinner, took it to an Italian restaurant, and everybody wanted Derek Carr. And Derek Carr in the same position would not call me in the Super Bowl because he hasn't been. He doesn't have the experience. He doesn't have the Hall of Fame pedigree. Aaron Rodgers does. And that's including the head coaches and the coaches on the team who probably have not been there. You're on mute, my man.
No, I just lost my voice.
Oh, there you go.
Thanks for making fun of me, jerk. I like it. You know what? It's a very good time to be a Jet fan because we have something that we normally don't have. It's realistic hope, right? It's something like we live in La La Land. You know, my ex-girls used to tell me I stopped listening to you after the Rex years. When I first met you, we had the Rex years, and it was fantastic. And I believed everything that you said. And then, hold on 1 second. I'm going to send it to you right now on Discord. Perfect. I'll send it to you there. All right, bye. So I have an international phone call just came in.
Okay, gotcha.
I had to take an international call.
Collect call.
Almost.
Rawway Penitentiary, collect call from
Rawway, my man. Also, the scene of what movie was taped there?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember.
You don't know what movie was taped there?
Was taped there? No.
Anyone in the chat could tell me what movie was taped at Rawway? Rawway State Prison.
I live near there. I didn't take a vacation there, if you know what I mean, but I live near there.
It was Jersey State Prison, Rawway State Prison, East Jersey Prison, I think it's called now.
It wasn't the remake.
Modine. Well done, Mo.
Oh, Lockup.
Modine.
Oh, that's Sylvester Stallone, right?
Can anyone name another movie? Yes. Can anyone name another movie that was just taped in the parking lot? Part of the movie was taped in the parking lot. You got to know what the prison looks like.
I didn't even get the first one. Boomtown.
You got
Prison Guards 3.
Nice. Yes, Matthew Smith. Very good. When Clooney comes out of jail, even though the crime happened in Vegas, they put him in Jersey prison for some reason. And yeah, it's right there.
Knob. I don't know if you can put that one up.
They can read it in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, last week we had the esteemed YouTube superstar celebrity on for a huge birthday celebration. And one of his gifts did not come in time. And we told him we would bring him on when it came in. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I bring you the biggest, baddest, tough guy on YouTube, Backwards Hat Bobby.
Hey, how you doing, VR? How you doing, Nick?
What's up, buddy?
How
are you
feeling tonight?
Great to see you, buddy.
I'm better.
Nice to see you. VR, nice to see you too.
How you doing? All right?
Good, very good. Took my medicines on my show, and everybody saw it.
Nice.
Awesome.
Oh my God, I forgot about the draft. Thank you for telling me.
Uh-oh.
Am I
I
up?
hope you lose a chance.
All right, I'm not up. Thank you. I never thought weed would be the one reminding me about something.
Yeah.
So I remind everyone to keep an eye on the draft as we are still drafting. We're a little more than halfway through. Bob, I'm going to wait a few minutes. I got another person coming on for this historic evening.
Okay.
So
Call me in the back.
I'll keep you on air.
Okay.
I can talk to you, man.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So
Yankees
with
are
all
gonna
these
do
great
us
things going on
tonight.
with the Jets, Bob, are you
Yep.
still sitting at 12-5? Are you with
Yeah,
VR? Have you
12
moved your
and 5.
prediction at all?
12-5.
All right. If you had to predict, since you and I never got to talk Jets last week with
Yeah.
the surprise
that's neat.
birthday celebration.
How you like my new robe?
Oh, let me
Oh, nice.
bathrobe Bobby with backwards
Yeah.
hat Bobby. The ladies are going ballistic right now.
I like this
Ladies
new one.
are enjoying
Yo one was I had to get rid of it.
All
That
right.
one looks comfortable.
Yo,
Right.
it's very soft.
Nice.
That's what she said.
Yeah. 15-2.
Wild Wave saying 14-3. Johnny's saying 15-2.
15-2.
Johnny going to the moon.
Yep.
Hold on. I'm about to make my pick. Give me a second.
What quarterback do you get?
I took Anthony Richardson.
Good luck on that pick.
That's a
He's
hit and miss pick right
He's
there.
a fantasy machine.
Yeah, but what happened to him last year?
He got hurt. Rodgers got hurt last year.
Yeah.
I am not a big believer of whatever happened in the past predicts the future.
I'm just saying.
Anybody can get hurt, though. Don't bring your negativity, Bob. It's a positive night.
I'm not. I'm just saying. I wouldn't have picked him. His other quarterbacks.
I like him. In terms of fantasy, I love him.
Good luck.
Thank you. So I am going to. All right, where's that?
Yankees are getting their butts whipped tonight, 8-2.
I know.
Oh, can we talk about that for a minute? Somebody posted last night. The Yankees have 59 losses.
Yeah.
Clay Holmes is personally responsible for 11 of them.
Yeah, because he sucks. That's why.
Over 20% of the losses fall on Clay Holmes' shoulder.
Guess who was pitcher for the Texas Rangers tonight? I hate this pitcher.
Justin Verlander?
Nope. It was Nathan Navalny.
Oh,
he sucked for our team.
And then we sent them to Boston, right?
We sent them to the
We
didn't resign him. We didn't resign him.
The Mets beat the Red Sox for us. Yeah, Mets.
Nice. Hey, Sco, welcome.
Sco, father, nephew.
Good. Boston Red Sox, they swept them good. Congratulations for the Mets. Nice. And I hope Atlanta starts losing too. Don't like Atlanta Braves either.
All right. I'm going to make one more pick here, and then we can get to it. What do I have? So far, we're in round 9.
Yeah.
I got Puka, Tank Dell, and Rasheed Rice as my wide receivers.
Very good.
I got Derrick Henry, David Montgomery, Zach Moss, and Spears as my running backs. I got Sam Laporta at tight end and Richardson.
Yeah.
Bobby, this is not your main surprise, but it is one of.
Oh, I only was going to get one. Oh, it's Sarah again. I saw her today. Ooh, hi,
Bobby.
How are you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
Look who he puts her under him. Move her over there.
I'm not
Sorry,
moving anybody.
it took forever. I had to jump through.
I'm only kidding. I'm right next to her. So where's Henry? Is Henry there?
No, I'm at work. I've pulled over.
Oh, you still at work? Wow.
Yeah. It's only
all day. Oh, it's only 11:55.
Anyway.
12 o'clock, right? 12 o'clock there.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, let me explain. Sarah decided to get a video for Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go, ladies and gentlemen. A message from Winnie Cooper, Bob.
Winnie Cooper?
Winnie Cooper.
Are you kidding me?
Nope. There she is.
Hello.
Oh, well, just wait. Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby's final birthday present.
Hey, Bobby, this is Danica McKellar. Yes, I played Winnie Cooper on the Wonder Years many years ago. Sarah, if it is your birthday, happy birthday. She also was telling me that she has very strong feelings for you and that she hopes that you love her the way you love Winnie Cooper. Very sweet. Yeah, she's hoping that you'll open up and share your feelings with her, whatever they may be. I hope you guys are a wonderful relationship, whatever it is, whether it's just friendship or more than that. Sounds like Sarah wants more than that. I don't really want to get in the middle of this, but I'm wishing blessings for both of you. Sarah, thank you so much for booking this video. I donate all my proceeds to children's child help, my stuff bags, and also some organizations that are helping to fight child trafficking. So thank you so much for that support. And Bobby, whatever your feelings are inside what Sarah calls a beautiful heart that you have, I hope you are able to open up and share them with Sarah, and I'm wishing you both a wonderful life.
Oh my God. Oh, Winnie Cooper. Oh my God. How did you get her? How the hell do you get her?
Wow, I made a phone call. I was like, Sarah, how did you get her? Sarah, how did you get her?
Cameo? Is that called Cameo or something?
No.
No? I thought it was
Tell
that
me
new
how you
thing.
got her, Nick. How did you get her, Nick?
I have
How
nothing
do
to
you
do
get
with it, Sarah. It was from you.
Calls are made.
Bob, any thoughts, Bob, on the message that Winnie Cooper was saying that Sarah has strong feelings for you and she wished that you would open up because you never tell her how you feel about her.
Oh, I tell her I love her all the time.
Anything that you want to say to Sarah now, Bob, for everyone to see?
I don't want her to be embarrassed. Come on, she already got embarrassed today. Remember, Sarah?
Why did I get embarrassed?
On my show, remember my show today? You got embarrassed.
What
Remember
happened?
the question they asked you in the chat? Who asked you that question? Somebody in the chat, remember? Somebody asked you a crazy question. It was on the show today. It was crazy. But I can't believe it was her. It was really her?
That was really
That's
her.
100% Winnie Cooper, Danica McKellar.
I told you she's a grandmother now.
Do you want to see it again?
She doesn't look like a grandma to me. No, I could always rewind the tape and watch it. Because I know you're tired.
You give me your email.
Yeah.
And I will forward the multiple cameo. Yes, it's cameo. The
I
cameo
thought
that
it
we
was
got for you.
because that's what I saw on TV. Did you hear about the shooting in the Bronx, New York today?
Bob, why are we going negative after just talking to Winnie Cooper?
No, I know. I just thought you heard it.
Winnie Cooper just sent you a message, and you're like, "Did you hear about the bad news in the world?"
You
What are you
think
bringing
she's
up
a
next?
grandmother? Does she look like a grandmother to you? She does not look like a grandmother to me.
I think that it was very thoughtful and very kind of Sarah to do that.
Thank you, Sarah. How do you do that?
Her lip right now with quite aggression, a little agitated at Nick, but I'm used to that look, Sarah. I get it all the time.
How did I do it, Nick? How did I do that, Nick?
You use the interwebs. They have them down in Australia. I know you're a little more sophisticated.
Nick, you did it.
You're a little more sophisticated than Clara from New Zealand that Robbie from New Hampshire is into. But Sarah from Australia is Bobby, there he goes.
I know, I remember that.
Hit the like. Listen to Dre Day. He's a very smart man.
Well, thank you, Sarah, for doing that. If it was really you, I appreciate that.
Well, let's play it one more time.
Oh, no, really? Uh-oh. I'm going to fall off my chair.
Oh, boy.
Hey, Bobby, this is Keller. Yes, I played Winnie Cooper on the Wonder Years many years ago. Sarah tells me that it is your birthday. Happy birthday. She also was telling me that she has very strong feelings for you and that she hopes that you love her the way you love Winnie Cooper. Very sweet.
Very sweet.
Yeah, she's hoping that you'll open up and share your feelings with her, whatever they may be. I hope you guys have a wonderful relationship, whatever it is, whether it's just friendship or more than that. Sounds like Sarah wants more than that. I don't really want to get in the middle of this, but I'm wishing blessings for both of you. Sarah, thank you so much for booking this video. I donate all my proceeds to children's charities. Right now, it's places like Child Help, My Stuff Bags, and also some organizations that are helping to fight child trafficking. So thank you so much for that support. And Bobby, whatever your feelings are inside what Sarah calls a beautiful heart that you have, I hope you are able to open up and share them with Sarah. And I'm wishing you both a wonderful life. Mwah.
Bobby,
Whoa, I can't believe it.
Winnie Cooper just blew you a kiss, Bobo.
I know. Oh my God. I'm like, oh, very
You're going
sweaty.
to stain your bathrobe. That's what you're going to do.
No, not yet.
Carly. All right, listen, youngin. Embarrassing us elders here, Carly. Listen up, you young whippersnapper.
Who is this girlie?
Ask
is she?
your parents who Winnie Cooper was. There was a show, The Wonder Years, in the 80s. Fred Savage was the star of it, and that was his girl next door on the block that he was in love with.
Interest.
Winnie Cooper. Yes.
You know who played the mother?
I know you do.
No,
Tell
I know. She plays on General Hospital now.
I have no idea what General Hospital is.
And guess who else was on General Hospital today, too? Stephen A. Smith.
I can hear you
What?
now.
Stephen A. Smith was on
Stephen A.
General
Smith?
Hospital. Yep.
What was he
shows
doing?
up. He does like he works for Sonny. Sonny is like a mobster, so he works for Sonny. Sarah, that was awesome. And you're a lovely woman.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think you need it.
What?
You're a
think
rock
you need
star,
a-
Sarah.
Huh?
You're a rock star.
Oh, I agree with that, definitely.
Thank you.
And that's
You're
just from you singing
I can't do it 'cause I'm
karaoke and
holding my
dancing.
phone.
Oh, here.
Pretend the other side's happening.
When are we ever going to meet the famous Mario? When is he going to show up?
Oh, wait, Sarah, do that again. Put your hand up like that. Here, 'cause I know you. Put your hand up again because I know you want to choke me. There you go.
When is what's
Joke's on you, Sarah. I'm into that. No.
when is Mario coming so we can meet him?
Oh, I'm sure he'll be on sometime soon. Craig's trying to work and make that happen.
Yeah, we got to meet this guy. Ugh, what a horrible person. Doing that.
What a horrible person. Who is he?
I
Who
love
is he?
that.
You never saw that picture, VR?
No, who is he?
They were at this thing, and he's behind them, like.
Oh, yeah, I did see the picture. Sorry,
Okay.
yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I did not like that. Mario has to get spoken to. Definitely spoken to. Like I spoke to Southern Ass, remember?
Yes, absolutely.
Booted him off, yeah. Because I
gotta
gave
get
him
Martin on here.
4 chances not to say the F word. So the 5th one, poof, goodbye.
Poof.
Right, Sarah? I stick the
Just so
finger in
you
him.
know,
Yeah.
4th
Yeah.
and 5th both start with F. So those are also F words.
Yeah, but he said the F word, which I didn't want Henry to hear, and Sarah doesn't have to hear that either.
Nope.
No,
That's
so
true.
I put the axe on him, so he is gone.
The body spray.
Yeah,
Smackdown.
I smacked down. Yeah,
Sarah, are you looking forward to a week or week and a half without Craig? Do you have vacation at the same time, or do you have to keep working when he comes?
Nah,
to America?
EB and I will keep the business running. No,
Okay.
I love having Craig around, so I'm going to be missing him. And then also, I'm going to be getting mad FOMO, so I'm going to try and sneak into his luggage
oh,
so I can be there too.
yeah. Tell him you have to go.
Oh, Craig is here. What's up, Craig? Craig, I don't know if you heard the news. B-Max said he couldn't make it down for the game. I'll message you some details, but he texted me, I think it was Sunday night.
I'm sorry I couldn't bring him down. I'm sorry I screwed it up.
All right. You just talk to me, Bobby. You bring me down every time we talk.
Oh, thanks a lot. I thought I cheered you up, you said.
I'm teasing.
I'm teasing too.
You know you're my buddy.
Wow, this is beautiful hair.
Oh.
She does have beautiful hair. And it's blonde, not red hair. It's blonde.
Nice.
I don't see any red in there. Do you guys? No. So, Nick, you look tired. Are you tired?
Oh, I'm tired every day now. This is.
You're a hard-working man, like VR is too.
I go from work to football to. I didn't even eat dinner. You know what I had for dinner? I had 2 pieces of fresh mozzarella cheese that I just threw in my mouth while the coffee was
That's
making.
not good. You're a diabetic. You gotta eat.
I know. You're
You
right.
always bug me about eating. You gotta eat.
I know.
Eat something.
You're
You
right,
should get
Bob.
sick.
My life is so awful that I'm getting health and diet advice from you. Damn it, man. This is fucking depressing.
Are you taking your insulin shots?
Every day.
I did it on my show today. I showed everybody was taking it, and Gary said, "Where do you put it?"
That's what
And I
she
said,
said.
"In my tummy." Not. He thought it was somewhere else. Guess who came on the show twice? Jake show and my show, Decker. Decker's so smart. She's a smart girl. She's in.
Gary's daughter?
Yeah, she's a good girl. It's really 5th grade she's in. They do homeschooling, but it's 5th grade. She's up to that one. What?
Mr. Fitness America.
Breakfast of
Well, I'm
champions.
not a
Right
big-
there.
I like, you know what I like in Chinese food? Crab ragoons.
What do you
guys
like?
that? Crab ragoons.
All right. I should keep moving, guys.
Okay.
As we know, the boss is watching.
He is.
Craig's
Oh,
always got that's the only reason Craig got you hooked on to American Jets YouTube, so he could follow your every move throughout the day, because he watches all the shows.
He started it. He started it. That's his problem. He started it.
Craig's like, I wonder where she goes for 2 hours. Now I know how I'll figure it out. Here, watch these shows, Sarah.
When are we going to see a Sarah sighting in the United States for a game?
Next year.
Yeah, hopefully sometime soon.
Yeah.
Keep your fingers crossed, everybody. I'm going the wrong way.
And keep your pants zipped, Bobby.
I wear sweatpants, so
and
I
don't
can't.
go flashing nobody in that bathrobe. I know how when you get your freaky on, you might just expose yourself.
No, I get clothes
I
on.
completely understand.
I get clothes on.
All right, Sarah, you have a blessed day.
Thank you so much, Sarah.
Lovely.
Always a pleasure. Thanks for the cameo.
I know that was awesome, Sarah. Thank you. Wow. And then she does very good with work. The girl helps the people.
Leanie's saying she likes crab rangoons too.
Oh, they're good. Do you like them, VR?
I can't eat them because I'm allergic to seafood.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Me too.
Are you allergic to seafood too?
I have a shellfish allergy. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Leanie, you're beautiful too.
You knew that.
Queen Leanie is beautiful too. Absolutely.
I know. She's a wonderful lady. Leanie, our Yankees are getting whipped tonight.
I know.
I don't like it at all. So what pick are you up to, Nick?
There's 2 picks
Are you
left.
still? I was about to say, you still drafting there, buddy? Are you the type of drafter that like drafts the kicker last, or like
Oh
No,
yeah.
I don't put kickers in my fucking league. There's no reason for a kicker to be in fantasy
Who
football.
do you take for defense?
I took the Chiefs.
Well, they have a good defense, don't they?
They do.
They got Chris Jones and other people too. Like, who's their defensive coach? Does anybody know?
Steve Spagnuolo.
Yeah, that's bad.
First-
That has to be on the
First
team.
coordinator in NFL history to win a Super Bowl with multiple teams as a coordinator.
Yeah, definitely.
Carly
What
says
about-
she's afraid of seafood. Can I ask a follow-up question on that?
Yeah.
Why are you afraid of seafood?
Who? Nick?
Carly. Carly said that
Oh.
she made a dish, but she's afraid of seafood.
Oh, I see. Gotcha.
I don't know. Have you ever seen videos of what the fuck's in the ocean? Who the fuck would want to eat anything from the ocean, man? It's the fucking
You don't like?
weirdest
Oh,
food
I
on earth.
love lobster.
I mean, isn't like lobster like remotely associated with
Yeah.
like
I'm with
roaches?
you, Carl.
What?
Like lobsters are like long lost cousins of like roaches or something like
Oh,
that.
I don't think so.
They crawl and dwell on the floor, of course.
Yeah, I mean they're like, yeah. So I don't know.
Carly's making cookies for you. Open the day, guys.
Oh, that's gonna be wonderful. I had to taste the cookies.
She makes good cookies.
Oh God, ladies and gentlemen, Carly's membership has
How
expired.
could that happen?
No longer has. You know what, Bobby?
What?
Deshaun Watson, Baker Mayfield, or Sam Darnold? Give me a name. Go, go, go.
Deshaun Watson.
All right. Yes, this team can also be called 23 reach arounds.
23 reach arounds?
Yeah.
What the hell does that mean?
You should Google the Deshaun Watson stories.
Oh,
Carly,
Yeah.
I tried, but guess who got the membership?
do you who Jake drafted in
Who
his
got it?
draft?
I'm trying to load YouTube, but if you know, tell me.
know
Bob,
who-
salty nuts.
Oh,
Did he?
Jesus Christ.
I tried to give it to Carly, but you know it
He
doesn't.
better change his name, Salty Nuts. I don't like that guy. So, did you see who Jake drafted last night
I
for
did
his
not
last
see.
pick? Tom Brady.
He's coming
Well,
back.
That probably explains why Jake had to go to Shea Stadium.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
I said, why are you picking him for? God, I just brought it up to him what he had to do this year at City Field. That was crazy. I disagree with that. Yeah. I said, what are you doing? No, he didn't want to listen.
Awesome. VR,
I
thank
love
you
Jake,
for the
but
membership.
no, that was not good.
All right, let's see. Do I have the magic touch?
I don't
Let's
know.
see.
Jay Quest, David Hall, Big Will, Roy, Kombarski, Malcolm
Jake West
Stiles.
got one.
Oh, no. Jay Quest commented first. And Ron P. I'm sorry, Carly. We're
Yeah,
trying.
Jake West has one already.
We're trying.
Oh, it's a new month, right?
It's a new month.
I forgot to do something on my channel.
All right. You got a whole month. You do whatever you got to do. You got time.
No, I forgot to donate.
Mo Dean, you have to. You're getting gifted a membership every month, man. You got to pay it forward. That's what it's all about here on this channel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Modine really. Oh,
And-
look who got it.
Shout out. That's funny. Shout out to BR for gifting one that went to Rob Basil. And then shout out to Modine that gifted one that went to BR.
Modine, you're not related to that lady cook, are you? Modine,
Well, thank you, Modine. I
Thank
appreciate
guys.
you.
Thank
you
you.
know
Mo
that
and
cook.
BR.
You know that lady Cook? She's from Atlanta, Georgia. Her last name is Dean. She's an older lady. Wow, what's her name?
Paula Dean.
Oh,
Paula Dean. No, are you related to Paula Dean?
Yes,
Thank you.
that's his mom.
It is?
Yeah, he's
He
talking
said
about
he
it
is
before in the
related.
chat.
Are you kidding me? Really? That's his mom?
Yeah. Yes, that's why Modine
said-
has to put that picture and not show his face, because his mom said some pretty offensive things.
Okay. No, I love
Shout
her.
out to Beach Chris, who gifted a membership that went to Swamp Ranger.
Swamp
great
Thank you,
Ranger.
Chris. I appreciate you, sir.
I love that name.
And
Beth Page Chris,
Bobby's
man. I love that dude.
salty nuts coming in saying, "Thanks, Uncle. You are much nicer than Bobby."
Oh, you could kiss my butt. Okay, that's all you have to do. Kiss
Well,
my.
Well, the nuts
I
are
got
right
a
there.
fat
They're
one,
close
so
enough.
you better start kissing it.
All right.
I don't
Stop
like
yelling.
that Bobby salty nuts at all.
All right.
Shout out
Jake?
to Beth Page Chris.
Yeah,
Great
I love
guy,
that
man.
Meg-
Met him at T Squared, and he was an awesome dude, man. We had a lot of conversation that night, and that's my boy.
Is that your son?
That is.
No,
Nick, you
no.
got-
Hi, Nick John.
Where's Nick?
How
Nikki
you
got
doing, my
gifted last Thursday. I forget who gifted it, Nick, but you should
Nick
watch the
John,
show
you're
more.
awesome, Junior. I love you. I love that kid. Don't you love that kid? He's well
Absolutely.
respected to people.
Yeah, a little bit.
He's
now-
well respected to people. He
Bobby, give me a
respects-
moment. Give me a
Yeah.
moment. Son, I'm very proud of you. You start your junior year in the morning. I just want you to
Ooh.
know that I love you more than anything on earth. You make me very proud every day with the young man that you're becoming. Please continue making good decisions in life and everything you do, and continue to make your mother and I very proud. Your mother and I don't agree on everything, but we do agree that you're an outstanding young man, and we're both very, very proud of you. Love you very much, son.
I love you too, Nick. You're a great kid.
Your
I
Uncle
love you,
VR
daughter.
is proud of you too.
She's a good kid too, your daughter. What's her name?
Sophia.
Sophia's a nice girl too. We met her at the game. She didn't want daddy to get in the
Nate coming in. Nick Shines, you can beat the shit out of me. He's a big boy,
I
Nate.
can see that tracks. I
Yes,
can
he
see that.
is. He's a
He's
big
a big
boy. He
boy.
plays football. He's a tight end, right? You said?
Yes. All right. Now, if I have to talk to all my children, I
Yeah.
have to talk to Matthew Smith. Okay.
Who's
Matthew Smith. You just started your senior year at uni. I just wanted to tell you that you are a complete embarrassment to the Smith family. Every year at the Smith reunion, they don't even tell you about it, and they move it out of state just to avoid you, your takes, your opinions, and most importantly, your face. Please stay away from all of the Smiths, especially Tyron Smith, because we don't want your negativity and your awfulness rubbing off on him this year. Thank you. God bless America, and God bless everyone at uni except Matthew Smith.
Who is Matthew Smith? Who's that?
That's Matthew Smith.
Yeah, but who is he to you?
He
Johnny
is
said,
my
"Nick, what about
adopted
me?"
son.
I just
You
started
what?
as well.
He is my, you've talked to him before. He's my adopted son.
I never talked to Matthew Smith.
Well, good for you. I have to talk to him, and it sucks.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that. I'm sorry. Matthew Smith, hello. This is Bobby. Nice to meet you. Never met. I talked to Nick and your nephew too. I love your nephew.
Oh, thank you, Hank. I must have missed this while I was roasting my adopted son. And
No.
gifted a membership from north of the border that went to Jersey. Jersey.
Oh,
getting
you know
gifted
where
a
he's
membership.
from? You know where he's from?
Jersey. Jersey.
No, he's not. No,
Where's
he's
he
not.
from?
He's from Australia.
Where?
He's from
That's
Australia.
That's right.
Oh.
He is. I've seen him on your show and
Yeah,
James.
and he came to your show, I think, too.
He did. He did pop on here one night. You're right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You
All
know
right.
who
Well, Bob-
says that a bad connection is that John C guy. He comes on, he's all staticky. He comes on and says, Bobby has a bad reception.
Gotcha.
I have to go.
Well, yes. VR and I are going to cover a couple other things before time's up.
All right, we'll talk to you guys later.
Basically, you got a week-long birthday celebration, Bob. It started last Thursday and it ends
Yeah.
tonight. Again,
Well, I'm glad that you know who I really
stop
love.
talking over me. I don't have a voice.
Okay.
Sorry that you made me lash out.
You know who I'm glad that never came on? Nikki, I'd rather have Winnie.
You're happy? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I
I'm
think it worked
definitely
out.
happy with winning. A+ Winnie. I love you too.
Winnie.
Yeah, so
Oh.
she's so nice.
Hashtag Winnie.
She's a great actress, guys. Great actress.
She does it for a good cause. She plugged
I
her.
know.
She plugged her cause, so that was nice.
Fred Savage was lucky in the show when he did it with her.
Oh, Fred Savage never had a chance with her.
No, how you know that?
Fred Savage never had a chance with her.
A shout out to Clancy for his 3-month member super chat. What a week. Bobby's birthday, all the fantasy drafts. Kudos to all of our YouTube Jets content creators. Thank you, guys. Let's go, NYJ. Thank
We
you.
love you, Clancy. We love you.
Don't fucking
Clancy,
talk to
thank
me. I
you.
do not love Clancy.
I love Clancy.
I do.
Don't,
I love
Bobby, don't
Clancy.
speak on my behalf.
Okay, well,
Bobby,
I'll
you're the
pop off
best.
now. You're the best,
Well,
dude. Thank you for that. Getting
And,
her.
just think, as good as this week has been, as Clancy just summarized for us,
Yeah.
it gets better. Why does it get better, Bob?
Why?
Tell me right now. It gets better because Monday night.
Oh, yeah. Be at the game,
Watch the
right?
plane, Bob.
You got to be at the game. Right?
Not this Monday. No, Monday's in Santa Clara.
I tell you, we're going to the check game.
No, I told you 17 times that I couldn't. Get
Oh,
the
with
time.
your new
I'm
job.
still
Yeah,
on
that's
probation.
right. Gotcha. All right. Well, you have a good night. VR, you have a wonderful night, too.
Everybody,
Have a
if you
great
haven't
night,
already,
Bobby. We love you.
I love you,
Go
too,
over.
guys.
If
Thank
you
you
haven't
for having
already,
me.
go over and subscribe to Bobby's channel, Bobby Woodruff, and
Bobby
it's
Midnight.
fantasticness.
Midnight.
You changed the name of your YouTube channel.
Yeah, Bobby Midnight. You know who told me to do that?
Then
They know. They know told me to do that. Why would I listen to him for? Don't ask me what. Oh, you finished your draft?
oh, you did change it.
You finished your draft?
Yes, and then me and my son play each other week 1.
All right, let's go,
Oh,
Nick
nice.
Jr. Woo, who does he have for quarterback?
Joke's on you. I'm Nick Jr. He's Nicholas Williamshine.
Okay, all right. Who does his son
No,
has a
Too late. He said it. Too late. He said it.
Hey, who's your son's quarterback?
Josh Allen.
Oh, a lot better pick than your pick. Wow, he's a smart kid.
You know what?
What?
Fuck you. Fuck your cameos and fuck your negativity. How about
Oh,
that?
I love you though. I love you
I
though.
love you too. Good night, Bobby.
Okay.
Hey, ladies
Yeah,
and
good
gentlemen,
night,
the one,
everybody.
the only
Good night.
Bobby Midnight.
Okay, I love you guys.
Love you too.
Love you too, Bobby.
Ladies and gentlemen, that might be a record for me. That might be the shortest I've ever had Bobby on the show. Usually Bobby comes on and then me and Bobby, he hangs all night. Nikki, I'm not telling everyone your team. Your team's the one that's going to get fucking steamrolled. Don't make me talk to you like you're Matthew Smith. I love you, son. Now go to bed. You're the one that wanted the early draft, so you can go to bed. You got school tomorrow. You got to be up like 5 something. Go to bed now because you're a grumpy monster if you don't get like 12 hours of sleep.
I love you too, Johnny boy.
So let's look ahead a little bit because we weren't able to do the show Sunday night.
Yeah.
Looking at, I mean, we can get really into it this Sunday night with the game being on Monday, but where are you with the Reddick situation? And you have to excuse me. I have to pee again. because I chugged so much water before football practice, and now I'm an old man and it's all coming out.
Stage
Yes,
left.
I'll exit stage left. My left or your left? They're the same. We're facing the same way.
So the Reddick situation, I talked about this on Jake's show actually, and on Boy Green. I think right now at this point, Reddick is a situation that is not going to be something that is reality based for this first game coming up, no matter what happens. I mean, I think he can sign tomorrow, he can sign Friday. Putting him out there for a couple of plays, there's a difference between being in shape. I think I'm in shape, but I'm not in football shape. I mean, there's a big difference. He could be hitting the weights. He can be doing all the calisthenics in the world. He could be jumping the rope and doing, plyometric exercises. He could be doing all that stuff and keeping in shape. But there's a difference as being a former football player, and Nick also being a former football player as well, putting on those pads and getting hit, consistently on a consistent basis. Now, some people will argue that because of the position that he plays, he's doing the hitting, right? He's on the end. He's rushing the quarterback. Doesn't take much to, be on that edge, knock over a couple of, linemen, like pins, and get to the quarterback and stuff like that. But then you start thinking about, hammies and Achilles and, cramping and all these different things that happen in game time, in real game time, that is just not a good deal to, to think that even if he signed tomorrow, even if he signed Friday, that he's going to be, taking a couple of snaps, and that's going to be something that is going to benefit this team at this point. I say you ride with the people that you got. Let him get into football shape for a couple of weeks. And then, you throw him out there maybe for the home opener, it's kind of a softball with the Patriots or something like that. This is all stating that he's going to, be ready. I mean, I think Chris Jones last year went through kind of a similar situation. He signed at the beginning of the season, but he didn't really play until like a couple of weeks into the season to get into football shape. So that's my opinion on that.
Yeah.
He is a top 5 grade A pass rusher that you do not want to rush, because if you're going to be investing the money that you're going to invest in him, even on the low end of that scale, that's 20 million, you want it to be a good investment for that 20 million.
Yeah. Here's where I'm at with it. I believe no matter what happens on Monday night, Tuesday morning, 6, 7 o'clock our time, he's at One Jets Drive waiting for them to return. And here's why. It's either the Jets lost, couldn't get anywhere near Purdy, and him and his agent are sitting there with the contract saying, hey, you want me now? Or we get 6, 7 sacks. Everyone's involved. Will McDonald gets 2. Jermaine Johnson gets them. One of the rookies, the undrafted guys, get 1. And then he's like, oh, okay, I should probably come here now. So I think that's usually, I mean, if at this point, if he's not there by the game, you got to be watching the game. And then you either have your play or your play got broken, right? Like, you're either all in with your move or you're like, fuck, they called my bluff. Shit, I got to get there now.
Yep.
So, and then I'll look at it this way. Be ready by Denver. You get the Patriot game on that Thursday. You get the 10 days off after that. That's when you get your little mini bye week. I expect him to be on the field by week 4 for the Denver game at home. So, Chris, I agree. I don't think the Jets will cave I think he'll be there finally. He'll show up now, because now on a national stage, if the Jets can't get to Purdy, which I believe they will, like don't think that's my stance. I'm just throwing out a scenario. If they can't get there, right? He shows up. Now I'm here. You said if I showed up, we would do this. Now I'm here. You saw what your product was on the field. You couldn't get to the quarterback. You need me. I'm here now. Let's get this rolling. That's something that could happen. I'm not saying that will, because we're winning. What are we going to win? 23-17. We're going to win 23-17 Monday night. I don't think we're going to have an explosive offense. I think both teams are going to be ball control. I think we will get a key stack fumble when they put a long drive together or an interception. I think we're going to have 2 turnovers on defense, which would be great against a team that doesn't turn the ball over very often. And let's kick them in the ding-ding.
I said earlier on Boy Green's show, 31-28 in overtime. Jets win. I changed that from my original pick of, I don't think, back then when I said that, this is going to be a tough game and, San Francisco has all the, kind of the wins in this situation. It was because that all things being equal, all the players would be there. But on the flip side, the 49ers are dealing with the same kind of thing that we're dealing with the exception that Trent Williams signed, right? Is he going to be in football shape? He's a very integral part of the offensive line at left tackle. And guess what? Our strength is our defense. And our strength is our defensive ends and our defensive tackles. So Trent Williams not being 100% is going to be a big factor. CMC coming back from injury. He's not going to be 100%. So if you factor all that in, that gives us a shot. Now, I think what happens is we get down early, just because, it's A-Rod is getting his legs under him. He hasn't played in, over a year and a half or, almost 2 years. He's getting his legs under him. He has to feel out the offense, feel out the defense. This is real-time defense coming at him. And they take advantage of that and they score early. Maybe it's like 17-3, 17-7 at the half. They're up. And then A-Rod starts to put 2 and 2 together and get it like going in the second half. And we start hitting on all cylinders. We tie that game, go into overtime. Then it's anybody's game at that point. And I think we can be a field goal better.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why you would want to put overtime on my heart, knowing that I've had a heart attack in week 1. So, all right. Fuck you, friend.
Okay, we'll just call it the 5th quarter. I mean, it doesn't have to.
Right. Like Michael K says, bonus cantos, extra innings. Bonus football.
Bonus football. Absolutely.
Speaking of friends, I'm going to post a link in the chat right now. For those of you that don't already, Jets Chaos is closing in on 5,000 followers, and he asked me to share that tonight. He was on here last Wednesday. Go over, help him hit that huge milestone. It's a massive, massive milestone to get to. So if you get a minute, please go follow there. And
Canasi Kid right there. Go follow the Canasi Kid. Homegrown Brooklyn boy, and like me.
Like me.
Johnny Boy, he keeps pandering, man. He's like, Nick, I'm your friend. Why don't you love me?
Nope. But
Nate says, my guy Chaos.
What I will do is drop VR's link, which is, I guess, is associated with Johnny. So I apologize to everyone in advance if you see the Friday show. Johnny will be there. Who do you have on this week?
The 411 on New York Sports has none other than friend of the show, been on here, been on Sunday Shenanigans, been on apparently he's making the rounds before football season starts because he's a busy man. I always call him the hardest working man in sports business. None other than legendary Jake Asman. Give it up for Jake
Hey, never heard of him. Is he new on the scene? Never heard of him. That should be fun. That'll be a fun night.
Should be a blast.
That'll be a fun night. I should be able to catch that. I know you've had this one booked, but you want to hear my luck? I told you I can't do shows for all because Nick's gonna have football games on Friday night.
Yep.
Nick's football game this Friday night at home got moved to Saturday afternoon at 12 o'clock. Want to know why?
Why?
Want to know why? During last Thursday night's game, kids from a rival school came there dressed in Old Bridge shirts to get into the student section.
Oh.
They were from a rival school, and an absolute brawl broke out in the stands. Like I'm talking, I'm two sections over in the top row, and I see just haymakers coming down.
Crazy.
I'm flipping the fuck out because my daughter had just left with her friend to walk that way. I'm telling Gina, call Sophia. I'm trying to see where I could see her.
Where she's at, yeah.
It was a crazy brawl. And the announcer's calling the cops to come right to the student section. Cop came out from under the bleachers. He shot out from behind because he was over by he was watching the locker room. And a message comes out yesterday that the game's been moved to Saturday at noon. And Nikki goes, yeah, because a couple of the kids who showed up during that fight had guns on them.
Jeez.
So horrible.
Yeah. That's
Horrible.
that's a scary scene. Very, very scary scene, you know?
Yeah. And it's stupid. Like you go into a high school football game and you feel the need to bring a weapon.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, prayers up. No one got hurt. No one got, everybody was safe, And so you can hope for it to provide a safe environment for our kids and for the people, the parents who are supporting those kids and teachers and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Rather have the game move than,
It's stupid because the team that I'm not saying it's the players because that team had a game that night, but you're from that school. You don't go watch your own and you go there dressed as Old Bridge to get into the student section just to fight someone. Do this shit like we used to do. Yo, basketball court, 3 o'clock.
Dance off.
And like Nick doesn't go to Old Bridge High School is like as suburb as New Jersey gets. So, and the school, fuck it, I don't give a shit. East Brunswick is like the whitest fucking town there is around. East Brunswick, New Jersey is like mega white. So, like, what the hell is going on? It's ridiculous. Like the lowlifes that exist. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. With everything at the high school level. With drugs, guns. Like what the fuck? Like, don't you kids watch the news? Don't you see what's happening in the world today?
Yeah, that's why safety first, man. You always got to be safe. You always got to have your head on a swivel. You always got to make sure that everybody, that comes in is also safe. You got to go through procedures. You got to learn them. You got to know them. Yeah, I mean, it's a different world. It's just a
You're not
different world.
kidding, Mo. You're not kidding.
Just a different world.
You're not kidding. And I hate to put, I always like to have fun here, but
Yeah, no,
it's the state of the world we live in, man.
sometimes
Awful
you gotta be
people,
said.
awful
Mhm.
shit.
Yep.
And it all starts at home. It all starts at home. It's a shame. Like Mo said, who thought I'd be quoting Modine, but here we are. Thankfully, they weren't discharged.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because I'm the lunatic that would charge a guy with a gun just to make sure my kids were okay. If my daughter was down there, I would have took off right to the scene.
You got to protect protect your kids. You got to protect yourself, your kids, your friends, your family.
And unfortunately for me, I'm a fucking big target. They're not missing. So it's a shame, man. There's so much life left ahead of people, and it gets taken away from them. So sad. Today there's stories coming out. I just saw KFC Barstool when I was making my coffee at the school in Georgia this morning. Allegedly got a phone call threat less than an hour before the shooting that it was going to happen. So for those of you, KFC Barstool on Instagram has all the info, but he's saying that there's reports coming out that there was a threat called into the school an hour before the shooting, and you don't evacuate, you don't notify parents immediately in case they want to pull their kid out of school. I mean, I would be in jail. I would go after everyone, not with a gun. I would go after everyone. I wouldn't stop until I was in prison.
Yeah, I mean, it's
horrible. I don't even want to speak the words, but if you lose a child and there was a threat called into the school, knowing what happens nowadays at schools. Yeah, Jaden, good point. I stopped him from doing that before. You're right, Jaden. But just say a prayer for everyone, man. Say a prayer for all the kids of this generation that
absolutely
survive it.
It's a different time. Yeah. Who would have thought that talking about the Jets was the good news and that the news was the bad news?
Yeah, usually for
The
us,
Jets.
the real world is what's awful, right?
The Jets are the great news.
Lady, good point.
Look at Uvalde. I mean, that whole
you should be in prison for your life if you're the person that took that call and didn't handle that correctly. Forget losing your job. You should lose everything because some parents lost everything today. It's horrible. Like the first person I made friends with is the retired cop in the school who's there with, like, our school's locked down. Like all the doors are locked down, and we have an armed officer in every school in Woodbridge Township, or retired officer, I should say. Some sort of former law enforcement is there armed at every school. It's the fucking first guy I made friends with.
Yeah, we got Johnny quoting Rocky 4.
I'm not. Hey, here you go, Johnny. Now you fucking stop. But well, Gary, you live in a different world in Texas. I'm sure the majority of people are armed and trained in Texas, in
whether they like it or not.
little blue state here in New Jersey. The teachers would be crying tears if this was even suggested because they wouldn't feel safe. It's a different world up here than it is in Texas, man. Texas operates differently. Yeah. Yeah. Mo, you're right again. Man, fucking Mo making 2 good points in a row. I hate that this is the topic. But Nick is John Candy from Armed and Dangerous. I don't know that movie. I'd have to maybe see it to know if I remember it. I don't get the reference. And I'm sorry, Tom. I usually get all the old references. But all right. Long story short, say a prayer for all the kids. And you know what? Just don't pray for their safety. Pray that the troubled ones find a better path. Pray that they don't feel the need to act that way and take somebody's life, and they find someone or something to talk to.
Yeah.
And
You get the
handle
mentor that they
whatever's stressing
need.
them in a manner that is beneficial to the world and not harmful. And also, just to be crystal clear, fuck the New England Patriots, fuck their fans, fuck Tom Brady, and fuck Bill Belichick. Let's be crystal clear on this.
Yeah, because I think they're doing mind tricks. You know what I mean? Like they both came out in succession saying that the Jets are going to go far in the playoffs and they're going to do good this season. Like, fuck all the mind tricks, Tom Brady. Fuck all the mind tricks, Bill Belichick. We don't need them. We don't need your praise. We don't need you to be a bandwagon jumping fan of the Jets. Keep your opinions to yourself. That's what I got to say about Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. And Patriots suck. Go say how much they fucking suck.
Somebody said it before. I don't know if it was Tom Ace, and if it wasn't, and if somebody else, I apologize. There's a lot of comments that come in to read. Somebody said that Bill Belichick had to join Instagram because his 19-year-old girlfriend made him. And I thought to myself, but you were in the midst of an answer, so I didn't put it up, but I'm glad we got back to it. I was thinking to myself that even Belichick now knows I gotta follow Instagram to see who's up in her comments.
But listen, man, let me tell you something. A 19-year-old girlfriend makes you join Instagram. Guess who's fucking winning? Bill Belichick is fucking winning. He's still winning. He's off the fucking field and still winning.
I don't know if I can.
Damn.
I'm gonna try to do my Macking voice. For those of you that don't know, Bill Belichick always been about that good D. I guess so. Congrats, Bill. Congrats for you, man.
Who was the young reporter that before that he was dating? I forget who it was.
I don't know.
He was with a young reporter before that, like years ago. He's winning, man.
Sure. Hey, winning. Man, good for him. If you could be at the top of your profession, why shouldn't you get to sleep with young women?
Tom Ace.
You know what? I have a shellfish allergy, but that's one shellfish story that I would love to be a part of. Not be a part of, but to be able to laugh about it and share with everyone.
I hope he gets all the shellfish, the lobsters, all that. Snail.
Look at Matthew Smith losing in life. I don't know if it's good, bad, or just weird that my girlfriend is 2 years older than Bill's girlfriend.
I mean, like, serious? Yeah, like, absolutely. I think
that's
you need
basically your grandfather walking in with a younger girlfriend than you.
Jeez. Freaking Bill, man.
Oh, good for him. Good for him. I don't even know what to say, man. Does anyone know what she looks like? I don't know his girlfriend. If anyone, let me guess. I'm going to guess either Johnny, Tom Ace, or Clancy. Shoot me a message within a minute of what the page is.
I went to search. The first thing I put Bill Belichick girlfriend came up right away. Oh, she looks good.
Does she look older than her age? Like, does she?
No. She's pretty. She's pretty.
She's 23, but she looks 45. Okay, now it makes sense. Hey, what's up, Lowski? And here's someone, a new name. Curtis Martin fan for life. 28. when you do the full life, you got to do full life.
Check the private chat real quick. I just put the link in there. Just
open link in new window. She kind of looks like Winnie Cooper. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I was saying, like, oh shit, she kind of does. King in the house. What's up, legend?
I mean, am I wrong here?
I totally agree.
I mean, I think that kind of looks Winnie Cooperish, right? Not Winnie Cooper today, but I think that kind of looks like Winnie Cooper when Winnie Cooper was a baby.
Yeah, a young. Yeah, how old is she? 21, 19? What is she?
I don't know. Good for you, Bill. Jordan Hudson, 24. Oh, I thought that was
Fuck you, Bill, for winning again.
her leg over her head. All right, Bill, way to go. I thought she had a fucking leg pulled up over her. Yeah. Winning again. You know what, Bill? That deserves another fucking ring. Alex Wood. You can spell wood with W-O-O-D also, Alex. You can spell wood multiple ways there.
It's a double entendre with that wood.
That's where I got it from, Tom. I just
clicked on that's where we got it from.
To a link.
Yeah.
All right, Tom. You got me, you son of a bitch. So this is good enough to show. Excuse me, viewer. I gotta bump you out for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Tom A says, Nick, I texted you a photo of her. Lots of skin. And it's the fucking Mark Gastineau in a Speedo fucking picture. Oh, you fucking prick. That's good. You know what?
Tom is the best, man.
Joke's on you, Tom. That's what I'm going to do now.
He actually likes that picture. Keep sending him.
Nah, even better.
Boom, you taking all this down?
So when Tom Ace calls me now, Mark Gastineau's popping up on the phone. You better call me once a day, motherfucker. Make my day. There it is. I'll cover the phone number. But there it is, Tom Ace. Leanie.
Calm your freaky down.
Thank you. That's an honor, Tom. Yes, it's an honor to have your number. So I will I'll give a little bit of breaking news. It's not breaking news, but it's an announcement. I am going to be a game time decision for T Squared Monday night.
Oh, nice.
I don't want to go to the kid's house and the game goes to overtime and both of my kids go to sleep at 10:30 and I'm stuck in their garage. Now their mom's going to tell me to, like, all right, time to go. They both fell asleep. You don't need to be here anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm telling Nick, listen, it's a Monday night. If it was Thursday night and you only had to deal with Friday, that's different. You know, if football was over and you could just go to school on Friday and then sleep, that's one thing. So I don't know. Here's my thought process. I'll give you my thought process. I don't want to be out that far from home if things don't go our way. I like watching the game like almost in solitude. Like I don't like if I go, well, I don't want anyone to think I'm being rude. Like I don't want to talk to people during the fucking game. I don't want to discuss shit. Like I'm like watching the subs. I'm watching the D line to see who's in. I'm watching what type of defense they're playing. I'm watching the game like I'm watching film. Like I'm a coach. So like, I'm not doing like, hey man, you think we should run a toss here? No, that's not me during a game. So like I don't want to go up there and be rude. Because I will be like if the game is I'll leave. If like I don't know. I'm like I'm
I don't disagree with that. The game, there's only 17 games in a season, and if you're lucky, there's 20. And some games, they're like, what the outcome is gonna be. It's gonna be like a walkover or whatever the case may be, but every game is important and you want to have your full attention to that game. So I get you, I've never been one to be like, let me
clarify. If I lived in the city and I was within Manhattan or Brooklyn,
an hour.
I'm there. But having to walk back to Penn Station, having to wait to take the train home and then drive home, I'm not. If it was a 1 o'clock on a Sunday and I didn't have football, I'd go. I don't want to be getting home 2 o'clock in the morning and dragging ass all week,
Yeah, I will say,
I mean, and it's a great place. Like I'm not.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
My thought process about going. You were there with us. The place is fantastic. It's a great venue. I'm like the environment is going to be electric. All of that. It's tremendous place to watch football. The screens are crystal clear. The screens are gigantic. The audio was good. I don't even think they had it turned up all the way because it wasn't that loud during the preseason game, so they didn't have to crank it up.
Low key, the service was, great. They were on top of you.
Great.
Absolutely great.
Every time the pitcher of water was empty for me and my son, they dropped it away. And they brought you new glasses every time too.
Yep.
Like the service, and if you don't mind the traveling that late night, or if you're taking off on Tuesday, I highly recommend it. 100% recommend
Absolutely.
it. It's going to be a great, wild, intense environment.
Listen, that was a preseason game. Yeah.
If I still drank, I would probably be there.
Yeah.
But if I still drank, my life would be so fucked up, I probably wouldn't be there. Do you know what I mean?
That's a very, very, very poignant.
That's me.
statement.
I'm only speaking about me. I'm not speaking about anyone else or giving anyone advice. I'm kind of just thinking.
I'm in the same boat. Same boat.
The preseason game was great seeing everyone.
Yeah.
If you're within shot and you don't mind the commute, I 100% recommend going. 100% recommend going.
I can't even imagine what a regular season game is going to be there at T-Square with all the fans and the Asmaniacs and the Jet fans just coming from all over. It's just going to be, wild.
I will add this as like the final piece of the Nick thought puzzle. I'm going to regret when we win, and if I don't go, not being a part of the memories of the night.
Major FOMO there. Yeah.
Unlike Johnny, no FOMO here.
No Diddy.
I know, King, and that's the thing. Like, if there will be overly drunken celebrations, or there will be some drunk. I'm sure some people will be drunk and upset if things don't go our way. And I try to avoid those environments. If you're at a stadium, you can just
walk away.
You walk away, you move. But I just
more open area to walk.
And I'm
away.
still new. Like last year, I was like immobile. Like I really wasn't fully. You saw me at the Chief game. I could barely
Yeah,
move at
yeah.
that point. That was a
Yeah.
month after I started walking. So for me, like I really haven't gone out for football games in like bars. So like I'm trying to debate it. Like how do I want to play this? You know, and I'll be honest with you. This is all internal. This is all me. You know, I wouldn't maybe not go to Miller's Ale House in town if there was a gathering. So, you know, there's Nick Mangold is going to be at the Woodbridge Brewing Company that has all these signings for
Oh,
a
yeah.
watch party. Right, it's a mile from me, and Nick Mangold's going to be there. Like, you can give me a free ticket, $69. Great price, by the way, Nick Mangold. Much fucking respect to you for that, and the Woodbridge Brewing Company. But like, you gave me a free ticket to that, I wouldn't want to go. Like, I don't know. I just think like I don't know. It's just where I'm at in like sobriety more than anything, and that's why I could talk it out with you, and you understand.
Well, you know, the good thing about T Squared that I really appreciated is that you could go into like a separate area from like where the crowd is and kind of sit down and remove yourself away from like, you know, the screaming fan, kind of everybody drinking all in a group, kind of at the bar kind of thing. So that, you know, if you are, you know, a recovering alcoholic like myself, you can pull yourself away, sit down, drink, sip your water, and still see the televisions, still see, you know, like be part of the action. So I really appreciate it. I really like that. You know, you can remove yourself from crowded areas in there.
Yeah.
It's big. It's really big. So I like that. But yeah,
Nice.
you just got, you know, you got to make the decision for yourself and, you know, what's best for you. You know what I mean?
Oh, for anyone asking for the opener, the home opener, I'm calling the Jets ticket rep tomorrow. There will be a link for parking passes. I believe he told me it was $45. That's the price from the Jets. It's nothing through me. There will be a link for anyone who needs a parking pass that I will get out. If you bought a tailgate pass or you bought a game ticket, the game tickets, I know I have to get out. I want to send out the game ticket and then an email with someone with the link same time. So as soon as I get that the tickets will be going out. I wanted to sit down, do it all in one day with how fucking busy I am lately. So I want to have that link by Monday. Monday's my day to not do shit. So I'll come home from work. Oh, Monday we play. Fuck.
Yeah.
So maybe
Monday is
I
the
can have the
game.
link by Sunday.
Yeah.
If I have the link by Sunday, I could sit down during football and watch that.
Football's back, baby. This is it.
Yeah, Chris, I get that. Like I said, if you guaranteed me a win, I'm there. I'm there.
Great point, Chris.
There you go, Johnny. Johnny's just doing this now to the balls. Nuzzling up.
Stroking his hair back.
Oh, and I spoke to Tailgate Joe today. For anyone going to Nashville, we're trying to connect to find a day and a time. Boy Green goes on too early for him. I come on too late. A couple of the days he's got events going on, and he is doing something in Nashville. I will have all that info. I'll promote that here for him, and
give me the deets, and I'll make an announcement on our show too at on Friday. If you get it in time,
yeah, definitely.
I'll throw it up there.
As soon as I know, we spoke today. I had to call him, and I'm like, I finally messaged him on. I think his mailbox was full, and I messaged him on Instagram. I'm like, yo, I've been trying to call you, man. I'm like, he's like, what's your number? He goes, I get a lot of robocalls, so like I don't answer them. I was like, all right, well, your mailbox is full. I'm like, here's my number. Call me. Calls me up right away. And I told him, I was like, listen, I collected money from people. And then I go to buy them on your website. and then there was fees from the site and everything. I'm like, listen, I gotta send you this money directly. Like, that's how I have it. He's like, all right, done. We'll figure that out. We'll work it out. So we're all good. That's all getting rectified. Because I didn't want to go back to everyone and be like, hey, we need $10 more a person. You know what I mean? But I talked to him. We're gonna work it out. It's gonna be nice.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it like back in the days. We're gonna do it hand to hand. You know what I'm saying? Like cash in hand. There you go. Like boom, we're done. Let's go.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a fun day. It's gonna be a really good event. Can't wait. And yeah, that's it. So
that's the whole kit and caboodle.
That's it, man. I'm on empty. I got to eat something. Thank you, everyone, tonight for those VR, yourself included. SG31 Black, VR, Modine, Beth Page, Chris, Hank G for gifting memberships. You guys are awesome. We are, as of right now, tonight, I believe we are 16 away from a new emoji. And I was thinking of doing, I'm open for suggestions. You guys know that. I was thinking that we add a Brees Hall. I don't think we have a Brees yet, do we?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think we have a Brees. So I was thinking maybe we add Brees, Offensive Player of the Year, coming in. I think that would be a good one to have. I mean, if you guys have something else that you are interested in or want, oh man,
that would be cool.
Oh, Webster emoji. Oh,
we said it at the same time too, Webster. Not Winnie, Webster. How about Winnie carrying Webster? Boom. Thank you, sir.
Oh. We will start dropping your what did we learn, please. Hell, we get 16 tonight. Right now, we'll add the Webster. I'll find a picture of Webster right now on my phone. We will add it. Anyone disagree that a Webster emoji would be awesome?
Classic.
It's a shame that they're so fucking small.
Yeah.
Not Webster, the emojis.
Both.
No, I'm not talking to you.
Good one. Good one.
Thank you. Oh, really? I learned that Boom is my biggest competition in the Ask Maniacs League. All right.
Ah, okay.
Johnny Boy learned that if me and Nick can be friends, then we can all be friends. Oh, look at Boom talking shit.
Come get some. I love it.
What the fuck do you want?
Do you know what I learned?
Not you. Somebody popped in real quick and then disappeared.
No, I was going to tell you what I learned. I learned that Bill Belichick's girlfriend looks like Winnie Cooper.
Nice.
And there's a wonder amount of years between them.
Yeah. I wonder how Belichick still operates after all those years. Big Lowski learned that Johnny and Knob are a little closer than I thought.
And that's all Diddy.
Yeah. Mr. Business, the fuck you still awake for? I don't know, man. I'm trying.
Giving you the business.
That's it. That's it. Tom Ace learned Winnie Cooper blessed the Bobby and Sarah relationship. Jeffrey learned, holy shit, I learned I miss you fuckers if I don't laugh from one of your stupid comments.
My man Jeffrey.
Oh man. All right, if nobody else,
hit us with the
drop
heat,
it,
boom.
Drop it like it's hot, boom. I learned that I have to get like baseball steel signs for my defense so I don't lose my voice every week.
The color code thing that you were talking about.
Who did this? I learned that you can draft 7 wide receivers in the first.
Oh shit.
You did that in the league? I didn't get to pay attention to everyone else's team. Usually I watch. Ladies and gentlemen, Boomtown learned. Who's the man with the raspy, sexy voice? Mr. Business wants Nick to curl his toes. Question, who can make Nick shut the fuck up? Answer, T.O., Uncle VR. VR is not the first one to leave Queens with grass. Who the hell started the draft early? Add world-class multitasker to Nick's list of accolades. Bathrobe Bobby plus backwards hat Bobby equals the true force of nature. Oh my God, Danica McKellar. Double bonus. Sarah made a strong statement with that video to Bobby. Nick is into choking. Mario is a horrible person. Keep your finger crossed, your pants zipped, and your robe shut, Bobby. Triple bonus. Bobby wants his salty nuts to kiss his ass. Nick is a proud papa. Knob is oval shaped and in football shape. Jake Admin. Who? Let's get the 49ers in the ding ding. Quadruple bonus. Why does Tom Ace keep calling Nick so much?
Well, now he'll be calling as number 99 in your hearts.
Yeah, that's going to be weird when my phone is like laying down on a table and I'm like at a football board meeting. Oh my God, no fucking way. There's no way the first Monday of every month when you're a head coach, you're on the board for the year for the program. There's no fucking way I'm going to the board meeting Monday night. Quadruple bonus. Why does Tom Ace keep calling Nick so much? Belichick's girlfriend seems nice. Leanie's freaky is dialed up tonight. Yes to the Webster emoji.
Yes, Webster.
Awesome.
Nice. Boom.
Awesome.
Always awesome.
Absolutely awesome. Thank you. Yes, Hank, your fellow Canadian. Oh, Boba Jet. I didn't draft those wide receivers. Abe Latour did? Did he really? Now you got me.
I heard of zero RB drafting, but 7 wide receivers.
Draft results.
Why you do that? I figured we would be going down memory lane, and so I wore this shirt in that memory lane type situation. This is a original 1996 shirt, graphic and all.
Nice. 1 in 15 right there, baby. Loud and proud.
That's why they were so cheap.
Oh, good night, Bobby. I just got a text from Bobby. Have a good night's sleep.
Oh, Bobby's the best.
And Johnny learned my son is still awake and going apeshit.
As long as he's not throwing it on your face.
That's what she said. That just gave me a flashback to Silence of the Lambs. Hey, Clarice. All right, sir. Thank you.
As always, wonderful show.
Yeah,
Great
man. It was
stuff.
a pleasure talking
Everybody in
ball
the
with you.
chat. Thank you. Thank
Always
you,
a
chat.
pleasure.
Love you guys in the chat as always.
Oh man, where are we? I have too much going on. I need a day of rest. It's usually Mondays, so Monday's like stupid game.
Get some rest, man. But you know, tomorrow it starts.
Yeah.
Tomorrow it's football season.
Yeah. We'll be
We're
here
here.
tomorrow night.
We're here.
Come watch the game, hang out. We'll be on tomorrow night after Green Bean. I'm not sure if I'm going to have anyone on yet, what we're doing. Maybe we'll have some call-ins. Haven't talked to you fine, distinguished people in a while. Everyone but Johnny, I'm looking forward to. I don't have the energy to do it like Lowski, but let's pretend this is Lowski. Sir,
I mean,
you.
it's 11:45, man. Time to go to sleep. We got work in the morning, both of us. So,
Yeah. All right, brother. Good night, man.
have a good night. Good night, everybody.
Peace.
Peace.
Shout out to everyone for watching. Thank you. And I'm going to get myself some tea and honey. I went to the store the other day. Sunday night, I went and I didn't even fucking get it. I was too busy getting my son his snacks that I forgot to take care of what I needed for me. I almost said I forgot to take care of myself, but I know how you savages are. And I was not giving you that to end the show with. As a matter of fact, I'm ending the show now. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, remember, it's our year. Hashtag ring season. Hashtag jet up. Hashtag it's our time to shine. God bless Jets fans. God bless America. God bless the youth. Be loud. Be proud, New York Jets fans. Good night. Peace. And as always,